What's up, guys? I hope y'all are doing all right today. Um, just wanted to, you know, kind of give a download that God was giving me recently. It's really interesting. I've learned a lot this last year. I've been active. I've served, um, and as always, I've given my love. I've loved others. But here's the thing: I've learned something, especially recently, that you have to be aware of, guys, because everybody, to their own extent, to a unique extent, has a capacity to share something precious, whether it's their love, their money, their emotions, their affection, their hospitality. Everybody has something unique to share with the world, and you may want to do it or you may not want to do it, depending on how people have treated you. And here's the thing, and I've been so curious about this lately: when is enough? When do I hit that lid where, okay, I need to stop? I'm doing too much. I'm being used. It's not worth it anymore, right? Things like that. And so that's where we need wisdom. We need to love with wisdom, because if we just love to love, you're putting yourself in you're crossing a lot of boundaries that shouldn't be crossed. And we're not here to judge people, but we need to be mindful, right, of not just giving itself, but where are we taking people when we give to them? Where are they getting? Where can they get with what we're giving them, right? Because ultimately, everybody needs God. Ultimately, everybody needs to be brought to God. So if we're giving out our precious things and it's not doing anything godly for them, or it's not glorifying God, is it really worth it in the end? Are we going to bear fruit? Are they going to bear fruit? Or is it just a human to human carnal exchange that's not really getting anywhere? So I just want us to know that we got to keep God in the midst. When we're having these interactions with people, we have to realize we need to be led by God's wisdom. We can't just be led by our hearts alone, because the heart alone is willing to be foolish in a lot of ways. Willingly foolish. The heart is willing to be foolish. And so we just need to kind of have God's interest and that other person's interest, even when we're expending our precious treasures, whether it's internal or external, to other people. So I just want us to kind of add that as an ingredient in our lives, as an ingredient or a substance in our interactions with other people. We want God's wisdom to be there. And what does God's wisdom say, right? Jesus said straight up, don't cast your pearls to swine. What does that mean? That means, if people are just going to use you and run over you, what's the point of you giving yourself up to them? What's the point of you giving them your time and your emotions and what He's given you? Are they going to value that, right? We can pray for them, we can forgive them, but there are things that God has given us. He's given us gifts, He's given us blessings, and they're His, they're not ours. And therefore, we need to have His interest in mind when we are giving them to other people. And if we have God's interest, you best bet you're going to have your own interest, because God has your interest in mind. He wants us to be in good health. He wants us to be God has us for the long run. He has our best interest for the long run, which means that when we apply Him to what we're doing with people, it's going to help us long term. We're not going to make foolish decisions in the moment, in our flesh, in our feelings, that can so easily overtake a good person and put a good person in a bad place. So I just wanted to say that. I feel like it's a pretty important principle to have in relationships and friendships and stewarding your money. And it's coming from someone who honestly needs to learn that and is still learning that. But this is a journey thing. We're all on a journey, and I feel like it's necessary for me to share what God has given me on my journey with y'all's, because ultimately we're all wrapped in the same sinful tendencies and temptations, and we're also supposed to come together as a team to fight against it. So I hope this plays a part in your journey. I hope it plays a part in your struggles. Just to remember, there's also wisdom. God is not just all about doing everything. He is all about doing everything in love. But Jesus said, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Those two things have to coexist. You can be wise and not be loving, because that would turn into selfishness. But you can also love without being wise, which would be foolishness. So we want to have these things to coexist. You're going to learn as you go on through life. You're going to learn the balance between these things. You're going to learn how to tolerate both of these things. And ultimately, God's Spirit has the perfect balance, the perfect combination of both of them. And He knows things that we don't. So it's my hope that I myself and all of us can just have more insight on this. But y'all have a wonderful day. And I hope this did something for you. I really do. See God about what I'm saying. It's just something that was kind of on my heart. I figured I could share it. Have a good day.